At first glance, Cadash looks similar to another title hit from '87, Rastan. The plodding, rippling, muscled Conan type who swings huge weapons and climbs vines would be a dead giveaway. But Cadash has a little more going for it than initial appearances may suggest. Most people that have played it remember either the arcade game or the TurboGrafx 16 versions, but today I'll be showcasing the often overlooked port on the Sega Genesis from 1992. From the start, you select which type of hero to control, and each has advantages and disadvantages to know. There's the fighter, who has access to the best weapons and armor, and has the best physical attacks in the game. However, he can't learn a lick of magic due to his lack of reading. He also gains levels slower, but more on that later. The mage is physically weak, foregoing weightlifting and running, but has some great advantages, casting spells and gaining levels faster. I found Cadash way more easier in the long run with the mage, but pick whatever your fancy is. Hell, I finished the game with each one and had a blast. As either hero, you have a button to attack and one to jump. Holding up or down on the D-pad will do other attacks, and jumping and pressing down will do a downward thrust. The controls feel spot on, and smashing the faces of your foes feels great. Unique to the mage are his spells. By holding down the attack button, you will rotate through your available magical attacks. Letting go of the button will cast it. The fireball shoots a straightforward missile and costs little magic points. The dagger spell flings objects in all different directions. The fireball leaves a trail in its wake. The ice hurricane explodes and then implodes. My favorite, the lightning spell that homes in on targets. And the explosion spell that clears most of the screen. I tend to stick with the dagger and lightning magic as it makes most bosses a breeze to get through. Something that's different with Cadash is its leveling up system. Slaying baddies will not only fill your coffers, but will also give you experience points. Reaching various thresholds will level up your character's toughness, increase hit points, attack strength, and speed. Not to mention new spells if you're the magic man.
Try to understand. Try to understand. Try to understand. He's a magic man, mama.
Now, the instruction book weaves a tale about two kingdoms and such, but this pretty much breaks down to rescuing the princess. I'm not even kidding, the manual overview states that. But in a nutshell, the dreaded Balrog has captured the Princess Salasa and vows to bring a demon uprising to the world above, and it's your job to enter the dreaded castle Cadash to stop him. Graphically, this game looks really nice, offering cool-looking enemies to fight like pigmen, skeletons, beholders, zombies, sphinxes, among other horrors. The bosses are huge too, and you'll fight a black pudding, the kraken, a worm, a fire elemental, and the Balrog himself. You also have your standard fantasy locations to fight in like caves and forests, a castle, and even a ghost town. There's some weather effects too, and lots of that parallax scrolling. The music, however, is a mixed bag. While I find that most of the tracks are decent, the bulk is pretty forgettable. Don't get me wrong, it does the trick, but there's really only one standout to me, that's the village theme. The game does have some flaws though, namely the lack of any save function or password system. The game is short, but not so short that a password or save feature wouldn't have helped. You do get a few continues should you die, but if you run out, it's game over and try again from the start. Brutal. Arcade enthusiasts will also note another flaw in this port. Two characters, the priestess and the ninja, have been removed from the game entirely. They each add their own strengths and weaknesses to the game, and it's a shame it didn't get included. We do, however, get two-player co-op, which, for an action RPG at the time, was seldom seen, so that's a big feather in its cap there. I must say, I had a great time playing this game. It totally caught me off guard, and while I was away from the game, I just thought about when I could play it next. Yeah, there's a lot of fetch quests, but once I retrieved an item to unlock access to a new area, I was hooked. Be it saving a girl from the Kraken, only to reveal she was a mermaid, the little gnome village, or helping a dog laying his dead master's spirit to rest. There was always something interesting or new to look at in Cadash. The game may be a bit pricier at $30 loose and around $70 to $80 complete, but I think it's worth it. For those Mega Drive or Genesis players looking for a great fantasy game to play, I give a big recommendation to Cadash. It may be short, but it has two-player co-op, has nice graphics, decent music, great controls, interesting locations and enemies, and has RPG elements to build your character up. This is by far my favorite new discovery on the Genesis to date, so definitely pick this up.
Wrong! Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and then... That is good! That is good!